When you give a speech, again, there are two avenues. Your intellectual rapport, your emotional rapport. Intellectually, I have to challenge you. I have to challenge you to want to be better than you are. I have to challenge you, say, listen, you can give that speech, and I want you to follow your manual, and next week I want you to stand up and give a speech. I challenge you, and I hope you accept my challenge. I'm going to touch the heart. How do I do that? How do I do that? How would you do that as a speaker?
Story about yourself.
Thank you very much. Well said. A story. Why? Why is that effective?
Because it touches you on an emotional level, and
That's
it's
right.
very personal, and everybody have personal lives.
That's right. My friends, I challenge you right now to hear a speech, okay, that affected you in such a way that it tugs at your heart, and you ask yourself, why? Then I challenge you to listen to a very cold speech that doesn't affect you, that had no impact on you. Again, ask yourself, why? If I could touch your heart with my heart, I've made a connection. And you know something, my friends? That connection will never, ever die. Case in point. 1993, the first year I joined Toastmasters. Many years ago, Toastmasters had what they call a Canada Speech Contest. It's since been discontinued. And it was for Canadian Toastmaster clubs, obviously. You spoke about Canada. So I entered that speech in 1993. I gave that speech about Canada. And I came first in the district. I gave it in the fall contest in London, Ontario, in November 1993. They polled all the speeches throughout Canada, and they chose mine. They asked me to give that speech July 1st, 1994 in Ottawa as part of the Canada Day celebrations. Now that speech is 15 years old. People still remember it. I have people come up to me. They say, you know something, Harry? I remember that speech you gave. Why? Because I touched the heart. And when you do that, my friends, you establish a rapport with the audience. Had to do with my father's trip to this country, and it's quite emotional for me. And when I give it, I kind of wish that he was still here so he could hear it. Well, my friends, don't be afraid to be emotional. Don't be afraid to show your passion. Well said, Allison. Don't be afraid to tell people, show people that you're human and you have feelings. And I guarantee you the connection you made will always be between you and the audience member. Long after the speech is over, they'll come up to you and they'll say, you know something, Vince? I remember your speech. Once you do that, my friends, the connection with the audience is made. And take it from me, it'll never, ever be broken. Guaranteed. So anybody can stand up and just ram off facts. But how do you feel about your topic? I mean, really, how do you feel about your topic? How passionate can you get about a topic that the audience will come up to you after and say, wow, you know something, Harry? I don't agree with you, but you made me think. Thank you very much. That's all I want. I'm not asking you all to agree. I'm simply asking you to think of what I'm saying. And if you walk out of that door thinking, wow, he made his point, that's all a speaker can ask for. Make no mistake about it. And when they come up after you and they say, you know, I heard that speech when you gave it last week, last month, last year, 5 years ago, rest assured, my friends, the connection is still made. Very important. Okay, let's move on. How do you connect with your audience? Forge a relationship. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by forging a relationship? Anyone?
Common bond. Like
Common bond. Okay, right?
Get the audience involved in the discussion.
That's right, to involve the audience. Be authentic. Why is that important? Why? Why should you be authentic?
They'll see through you immediately if you're not.
Well said. My friends, don't try to be like me. I cannot be like you. Because in many things in your life, you're better than me. That's the key. So be true. Be real. Be yourself. And cultivate your own speaking style. And people will remember it. They'll know it. And they'll associate that with you every time they see you. That's the key. Don't be fake. Be authentic. And you'll never, ever have a problem with the audience. Take it from me. What do I mean by number 3? What do I mean by that? Number 3. What does that mean? What do you think that means? Go ahead, Allison.
I think if you're not feeling that connection, you're not sure if you're pulling them in, don't give up. Just keep, you're gonna get them. Maybe it's the last 5 minutes of the speech.
That's right. Number 3, don't let go. When I grab you, I'm going to keep you. And how do I do that? By telling that story. Right? Now I've got you. When you tell a story, when you're authentic, okay, when audiences think along the same line as you do because you hit that nerve, hang on to them, my friends. Don't let them go. That's key. Right? And let them into you. Open yourself up and say, here, this is me. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about this topic. Right? Don't hide behind a table. Stand right in front of the audience and says, what you see is what you get. This is me. All of me. My friends, it lends to your authenticity. Okay? And that's key. It's legitimate. It's true. And you know something? As a speaker, your credibility goes sky high. Make no mistake about it. And be passionate. You know, someone once said that a speech without passion is a speech without power. Right? Look at all the great speakers down through the years. Why were they good? Why were they effective? Because they hit a nerve. This morning, I happened to be looking through a speech, a book of speeches that my family got me for Christmas. And I happened to hit upon Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. Right? August 1963 in Washington. He uses the word dream 11 times in one speech. Yet every time I hear that speech, and I have it on tape, and I read it, it touches me a little different. I have a dream, he says, that my 4 children will be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the character of their heart. So my challenge to you is very simple. Next time you give a speech, I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. I want you to eat it. I want you to see it. I want you to use all your senses. Make them come as alive as you can, and don't ever, ever apologize for your passion. It's like a knob on a radio. You increase it or you decrease it. But I want you to be passionate about a topic. I want you to stand up here, give a speech, a manual speech, and I want you to really feel it. That's my challenge to you. And I hope you take me up on my challenge. I really do. There has to be a topic that you feel so passionately about that you're going to speak about it. Don't worry about the audience for now. They may completely disagree. That's fine. Your passion might be smoking. Smoking to you might be the greatest activity in the world. Okay, tell us about it. If that's how you feel, my friends, tell us. Don't ever apologize about your feelings when you're giving a speech. Don't ever apologize. The word sorry does not come into any equation as a speaker. Don't ever forget it. Never, ever apologize. Unless, of course, you insult somebody, or unless, of course, your speech might be in poor taste. That's your call. But if you feel strongly about something, now pick an issue around the world, and God only knows how many countries are in trouble. And when I look around this room, I think to myself, yes, there are an awful lot of people here whose English is not their first language. And there might be more people here who came to this country from other countries. How many? Raise your hands. How many speeches are in this room right now on that one topic? So don't tell me you can't be passionate. Don't tell me you can't pick a topic and really get your audience going. Don't tell me you can't show your emotion to an audience. Don't tell me. And don't tell yourself either. When you're passionate, all your nerves go right up under the rug. Take it from me. And I'm still learning from those speakers that are better than I am. And I challenge you again to listen to a speech that did not have passion in it. I challenge you to listen to a speaker that didn't really believe his message. You sit down and you ask yourself, how do I feel now? How would I have felt had there been just a little bit of passion in that speech? Think about it.